Alright, this one's for Gerald. I haven't taken the cover off, and I have to do this one a little bit differently. I'm not going to put any power to it just yet because I don't know the extent of the damage inside or even if it'll do anything. But let's open her up and see what we... Okay, here's the problem child back here from what we can tell. If I can get my camera to focus. But the soldering doesn't look very sound. I don't know. It won't focus. Come on, focus. Anyway, we're gonna work on this area here. The soldering back here on the negative side seems to be, or I'm sorry, on the positive side seems to be questionable. This is an old school model. As you can see, they have the wider IC chip for your audio amp. Now they use the TO92s, much like this version, except it has 6 legs instead of 3. Everything else looks pretty good. There's some dust and stuff, but it has a MOSFET here. All the pots seem to be okay, as far as a lot of people end up cracking the adjustment screw inside the pots, but they all seem pretty good. Everything looks pretty sound and secure except for this area over here, but that's alright. I have a few zip ties I'll put in there for you. It's alright. Let's get this thing, let's bring her back to life. Okay, Gerald. Yep, this is still her. I just had to take some of her clothes off. But I thought maybe your power switch here was causing the problem, because I had concurred with you. I replaced your receptacle back here and still had nothing. Actually, no, it came on and then it went back off after I had moved it. I actually had tapped the cap that used to be right here, so I figured it was in this series. Here there's a smaller cap behind here that I replaced too, and still had nothing. And I had noticed on your other side you had a cap right here where these wires are now, and this cap was the reason for the issue. So I found you a new cap for the same capacity, added some wires in there, and I zip tied it to the side here and gave you some slack in the wires so that if it, truck bounces around it stuff, it doesn't yank on the internal the probes where they actually go inside your cap. So it gave you a little bungee resistance there. But everything else is tight. Goes next to your final here, comes underneath, and comes back around to this side. So let me put her face back on and put power back on, and I'll see where you're at. Okay, Gerald, she's all done. All put back together. She sounds good. Your clarifier I didn't touch. I did change the way the knob was. It was actually, it wasn't when the cap was removed, or the knob was removed, it wasn't reinstalled at true 12 o'clock position. So of course I had to remove all the knobs to get the cover off, and when I put everything back I made sure everything was true 12 o'clock position whenever I installed them. So fix that for you as well. So all in all, I'm not going to charge you for the caps that I replaced, thinking that they were the issue, so those will be freebies. The extra cap over here that I mounted to, actually it'll be down here, the one that had shorted, that's only like $1. And wires, see, zip ties are free. And I gave you some more. I re-greased your finals because they hadn't been greased since she was made back in 2007. I actually thought this was a much older model. The way the power receptacle was done. I thought this was one of the earlier models, but it's not. So I did, however, find out that the mod that was done that had shorted out was what they call, your power swing mod. You can turn this all the way down to your RF power down to minimum. You'll get 2-watt dead key on your carrier, and then it'll still swing up to almost 30 watts PEP. Here's your dead key with your RF power all the way down. Oops. Help if I put it on the right. Alright, so you have like a 2.5 watt dead key. Turn PP on. Audio check. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. Audio check. So it's really a very easy swing mod. I haven't seen it done like that before, but hey, it works, right? I did put some heat shrink on the resistor and diode series that was put on the bottom also. I didn't want it to ground out either, so I just put a little heat shrink on there to keep it from touching anything, grounding out. But that's it. It's actually fairly easy. Other than that, she's a real good radio. She receives real well also, so I didn't have to do anything with the receive. And there you have it. Alright, man. See you later.